What's up, everybody? It's your boy Manny,
Uh,
and welcome to Lakers Live pregame show presented by the Ultimate Sports Show. As always, Manny Grachopol along with Medina Kabir. Aaron couldn't make it tonight; he'll be on the postgame. But tonight is a big game, Medina. To be honest with you,
oh yeah.
we are tied with the Portland Trailblazers, and the records are exactly identical. That's what's insane. We're both at 37 and 29, tied for the sixth seed. So whoever wins this game can either go into as a six seed or as a five seed. Depends on. Actually, I don't know if Dallas is playing tonight. That's the question. If Dallas is playing tonight, we probably stay as a six seed. But if they play tonight and they can lose, we'll jump as far as the five seed, which is amazing. And but before we talk about this game,
They actually are playing right now against the Cavs. They're in the second quarter and they're up 57 to 33. So it doesn't look like Mavericks are losing this game tonight. So the Lakers have got to win this game tonight, Manny.
Okay, so if we win, from what I'm understanding, that the Cavs they're beating the Cavs by a large margin. That means that we can go as high as a six seed. But before we talk about the game that's going to happen tonight, I think we should talk a bit about the game last night because I was, I wasn't there post game. I pretty much had a bit of let's just keep it PG here. Let's just say it was a bit of a rage moment in the fourth quarter. I don't like when we lose to the rivals, especially when it's a team that we haven't beat since last season in the bubble. But I'm gonna go by the stats a little bit, Medina. And it looks like we really shot horrible from the three, from what I'm seeing from the starters. KCP went 0 for 1. Caruso went 1 for 3. I mean, 1 for 3 is not bad, actually. But AD went 0 for 1. I think AD should shoot a little more from 3. But before I talk about anything about this game, I should say one thing. I'm seeing a lot of AD hate on Twitter, and I'm really not liking that. I bet you're not liking it more than I am because
I already went on my rant
guy.
last night. It's your turn, Manny.
But honestly, in my opinion, I like, why are you guys like slandering AD? Like, he just came back from injury not long ago. You expected him to be like the next coming of Michael Jordan when he came back? Like, chill out, guys. Like, if he doesn't have a good game and and you guys attack him again. If I come on post game and I don't either rage or fall asleep, yeah, I'm really gonna give it to all of you for doing that.
Shout out to
Starting to scare me on social media. You can already put the demon horns on her when they talk shit about AD, when they talk mess about AD. Sorry about that, guys. But okay, but back to from last game. I think AD should have shot more. Like, he shot 2 for 9 for what I'm seeing. And Drummond, he should have shot more. Kuzma, I like Laker Nation. He did have 25 points. I'm not hating on the 25 points. One thing I got to hate from Kuzma, the 3 for 10 from 3. Medina, I repeat myself every single show when it comes to Kuzma. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't hate Kuzma. Don't get me wrong. I like Kuzma. I mess with him. He's an above average basketball player in my opinion. But the thing is, he's got to stop shooting so many threes. Yep. You already know, George. Kuz. But the thing is, he's got to stop taking 10 threes. If you're only making 3 of them, don't take much. That's the thing. And let me go a bit on the bench as well. Hey, it looks like we had a Costa sighting. He played 2 minutes. Kaycock sighting as well. He played 4 minutes. Montrezl Harrell. My guy Trez just doesn't disappoint. 14 points, 6 rebounds. Problem is, he should shoot more. Obviously, LeBron and THT didn't play. I don't know if I mentioned that in the pregame, but they didn't play. Wesley Matthews, a.k.a. Wesley Snipes, could have shot more. Alfonso McKinney played a bit too. Ben McLemore. Markieff Morris is still on a slump. But honestly, as a Laker fan, I got to say, props to the Clippers. I got to give my credit where credit's due. They absolutely annihilated us. I said that that Kawhi and Paul George were going to play a very good defensive game, and I was right. Kawhi Leonard, we know he didn't play like Kawhi Leonard where he was shooting like 25, 28 points, but I did say he was an underrated passer, and he got 8 assists, so I got to give him credit there. And now, Medina, is the moment of truth. now we get to talk about tonight's game. So
you let it all out, Manny, about last night's game. You're good now.
Yeah. I feel a little bit of calmness that I let that S star out. Let's just say. But let's talk a bit about the Lakers and Blazers game. From what I said at the start of the show, must win. I agree with you 100%, Erod. Must win. Abso-freaking-lutely. Because of what I said, the 6 and 7 seed that they were tied with them. But we're going to go a bit with the injury report. LeBron and Taylor Horton-Tucker are still out. KCP, Gasol, and Kuzma day-to-day. They're probably going to play. I got a notification from Trudell saying that AD is good to go, and Caruso's actually going to start. Medina, I actually like that. The reason why is because we need a floor general. And the thing is, the reason why the Clippers won last night is because they have the floor general that we had last year in Rajon Rondo. And now we get to start Caruso. And I've been advocating that we should start Caruso because he's our floor general without LeBron and without Schroeder. So what do you think about the fact that that Vogel went with that decision? Do you think it's a good decision or a bad decision? I think it's a good decision, in my opinion.
No, I think it's a pretty good decision. I mean, I want to see Caruso start because I feel like going up against a team like Portland, we're gonna need a lot of defense coming up from our end too, and Caruso's on top of that. So, I mean, the last I heard though, Caruso said he might sit out because he has a sore foot or ankle, I believe. So I'm not sure how up to date that report is. I don't know. Do you know when you last saw that tweet? Like how long?
Let me see. Actually, let me go on.
Because it was probable that he might sit out. That's what Vogel said. So I mean, I hope he is playing tonight because I would love to see him start against the Blazers.
Yeah, you were right, Medina. I just searched up Nike Trudell on Twitter right now, and he says Alex Caruso wants to play, but his foot is very sore, so they weren't sure. But this tweet was at 8:34 Eastern, 5:34 Pacific. But then after that 8:37 we got a tweet. Got 8:37 Eastern, 5:37 Pacific. We got a tweet saying like, yeah, he's good to go. But actually, I see here in parentheses it says, though that's not his typical position, the playmaking role. Yeah, I mean, he's known for his playmaking, but like as a role, as a main facilitator, as a main playmaker, that's mostly like LeBron and Schroeder's thing basically. And interesting thing here we got from Erod. Caruso, KCP, Kuz, AD, Drummond. I actually like that lineup a lot, Erod. The fact that we have AD and Drummond playing together at the 4 and 5. I mean, I know we've seen it a lot this season, but I just love it. I think if we have two-headed monsters like that on the court together at all costs, I think we're amazing at defense. And Kuz, I got something for you, brother. You got to shoot. You got to shoot good. Don't shoot like 3 for 10. If you're not making your shots, go for playmaking. Go for rebounding.
Exactly.
But KCP has been actually very good of late. But last night, obviously, he didn't look that great. But there's been a lot of games this year where he's actually shot the ball very well, which I'm very happy about. So, anyways, let's actually look at the fact that Portland might not have Norman Powell playing tonight.
Yeah, he's out. I think
he's out. Okay, so that's actually good news for us because we've seen Norman Powell shoot living in Canada and catching a lot of Raptor games on TV. Here in Canada, we're all very familiar with Norman Powell. He was a great part of their 2019 championship team. He can shoot the ball, lights out of the ball. And I said this in the trade deadline special that Portland and Toronto did a great trade amongst themselves. Norman Powell and Gary Trent Jr. They're both very good young shooters. I mean, Norman Powell's a little older, obviously, but they're very good shooters, and I like that. But tonight's gonna make or break us. But there's one thing I got to get into, Medina. I was working today, so I didn't really get to watch First Take, but I saw my timeline that Stephen A was saying some like crazy statement, as he always says. You know, he's always very outrageous with his takes and stuff. But he said that he fears that we might not even win a game in the play-in tournament. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm sorry that he might not play in the play-in tournament.
That we if we get to the play-in tournament, we might not win a game.
No. I mean, Vogel said it himself. If we even end up in the play-in tournament, I have no doubt that we would win.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's impossible for us to lose. I mean, do I want us to be in the play-in tournament? Of course not. We want to
Facts.
avoid that. But if we do end up there, I have no doubt that we'll win, Manny. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's going to
same
be
here.
unfair to, but if we imagine if we went up against the Jazz or the Suns, they've been playing well all season, and then we come in from the play-in tournament and we beat them in like game 5 or 6. That's going to
Yeah.
be some huge talk right there.
And I guarantee you, Medina Twitter would absolutely
They would
break.
lose their mind.
Especially if we beat Utah, because before the season not before the season started, because I was wrong about that. I said Lakers Mavs, but Mavs were struggling to start the year. But in the middle of the season, I said Lakers and Jazz conference finals because of the Jazz's defensive team. But if we get them in the first round, I really don't want to see that. I have confidence and I have hope in my Lakers, as we all do. But the thing is, like, that team is just so good offensive and defensively. It's going to be a very
They
tough
are.
road.
And
But
their 3-point shooting is scary, Manny.
yes, it is. Absolutely. I, if you want to talk a bit about that, you could, because
I do. I mean, well, first of all, Damian Lillard, I mean, he's a beast. I mean, he's like averaging at least 30 points a game, even more. I mean, like the last 3 games that he played, the last game he played was against Cleveland. He had 31 minutes. He scored 32 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists. The game before that against Atlanta, 34 minutes with 33 points, 2 rebounds, and 8 assists. Boston game, 39 minutes. He had 26 points, but he had 6 rebounds and 13 assists. Damian Lillard is a beast. If he's not making a lot of shots, he's definitely making up for it in rebounds and assisting. He's dangerous.
absolutely.
Obviously, he's a sniper. That's someone we clearly want to defend. We got to shut him down if we have any chance, of course, of winning tonight. We've seen the Lakers do it in the playoffs. We can do it again, no doubt about it. I mean, CJ McCollum, he's also a great player too. I mean, last game, I mean, he only had 10 points against Cleveland, but the game against Atlanta, he had 20 points, and the game against Boston, he had 33 points. So don't underestimate McCollum either. He's a great shooter as well. And you know what, Carmelo Anthony, I feel like no one talks about him, but he's honestly so great with Portland. He's been playing. I mean, he's not shooting big, but I mean, for the minutes that he's playing, like 22 minutes, he has 16 points or 14 points. You know, that's a lot coming from him. You know, so I feel like this Blazer team all around, they're just dangerous and they're fast and they're great at 3-point shooting. And I mean, no doubt that the Lakers are going to win tonight. Of course, I have faith in my team. But if we do end up losing, the one thing I can't stand, Manny, is that whenever the Lakers lose, like just like Erod was saying earlier, ESPN, everyone just overreacts all the time. Act like one game that the Lakers lose, it's done. We're over. We're not winning a championship. I mean, people seem to forget. I mean, I feel like I repeat myself every game. This is something Aaron and I were actually talking about post game last night. People are forgetting that the way we were playing in the bubble last year, we were not doing so great. And everyone was like, what happened to the Lakers team? We were winning every game before COVID. And now we come to the bubble and like the Lakers lost their chemistry, their rhythm. We came in the playoffs and we dominated, Manny. We dominated, and people are forgetting what we're capable of doing. And I feel like that's going to happen again. We're doing crappy. We should be doing better in the season games, but we're not, obviously. And I feel like once we get into that playoffs, we're going to be using that energy to be winning those games instead, which those games do matter most. What do you think?
You hit it spot on right there. I got to give you a round of applause right there. You absolutely hit it spot on. Like, and it's absolutely facts, like what you said. Yeah, I agree with you. Papa Melo still got it in Portland, and Baby Melo's doing good in Charlotte. Absolutely. But the thing is, Medina, I'm glad you brought up Carmelo Anthony, because it's true. Nobody's talking about him. The guy is in the same draft class as LeBron, and even him, he's not playing as a high level as LeBron, obviously, but he's still got it.
He does.
Recently, he's now 10th all times in the NBA scoring list. Like, will he end up catching like the 30,000 mark? Maybe. I mean, if he plays 2 more years, maybe he might be able to catch the 30,000 point mark, which only I think 6 or 7 players in NBA history only have ever done. So that's absolutely insane. Lillard, like you said, what's there to say about Damian Lillard? He's the heart and soul of that team.
He's one of the best. Yeah,
one of the best. Everybody knows it's Dame time every time he plays. And CJ McCollum, like you said, these guys are a force to be reckoned with. In my opinion, with Portland, I think they need a different coach because they've been doing this for the past 6-7 years. The fact that they have a top team and they always come short in the playoffs. I think it's coaching has to do with that. Yeah. We all know our boy Vince that comes on this show sometimes. His famous statement is always coaching matters, and I think the Blazers need to go in a different direction with Terry Stotts, in my opinion. But right now we're gonna go with our where is it right now? Keys to the game. Oh, Medina, what are your keys to the game tonight against the Blazers in this must-win Western Conference matchup?
The Blazers, I'm going to have to go with defend the three-point line and shut down Damian Lillard. Do not let him get hot, because if he does, we're done for. We cannot let him go on a hot streak on us, because then we're going to start panicking. We're going to start taking stupid threes, and it's not going to look good. So if we have any chance of winning tonight, defend that three-point line and shut down Damian Lillard. Do not let him make a shot. Block his shots. Be up in his face. I don't care what you got to do. Just do it tonight, Lakers.
Yes. You hit it spot on right there. Defend the three is an absolute key one, because we all know they have their snipers. I mean, they don't have Norman Powell tonight, but they got a bunch of snipers. But my key to the game is going to be actually, because I was actually thinking about going that one, but I'll go with defense, because we all know that AD and Drummond and Gasol and Harrell are really going to step up in the paint, and they got a guy with the name of Yusuf Nurkic, who in my opinion is one of the most underrated big men in basketball. Probably the most. Agree. Yeah. I think him and Vucevic in Orlando are the two most underrated big men in the game, and we're really going to have to watch out for Nurkic, because he can go inside, he can dunk, he can lay it up, he can pass, he can rebound, he can do it all. He's a very, very crafty big man. I mean, he's not like a Nikola Jokic that just posts up triple doubles like nothing, but he's a very underrated big man, and I would love to see him in purple and gold one day. That would be a nice fit with LeBron and AD. But we got our own thing going on. We assembled our team our own way, so that'll never happen. But it would be cool if that would ever happen. But I just think for Portland to go in a better direction with their team, they need to get a better coach.
Agreed.
And they need to get some more defense, because I think they did good with getting Robert Covington last season. That was a good pickup for them. Yeah. But they need a little more defensive help, because offensively they're good. I just think defensively, I'm not gonna say they're bad defensively, but I just think there's a few teams out there that are better than them defensively.
No. I actually have a question for you, Manny, before we jump into the next topic. This is something I asked Aaron last night, and I want to know your opinion on this as well. But what would you think about Drummond coming off the bench and having AD and Gasol start instead? How do you feel about that?
That's actually a very good question.
I just feel like AD and Drummond, I mean, Aaron made a point last night where he said that they haven't had enough games to play together to see if it's going to work or not. But from what I've been seeing, I feel like AD does not play like himself when Drummond is in. I feel like there's really no defense in the paint. And I feel like maybe Gasol's presence could change that if he started with AD instead of Drummond. That's personally what I think. And I just want to know how you guys feel about it.
In my opinion,
with Drummond starting.
So you think it looks better with Gasol? That's what you think?
I think so. I think it gives AD an opportunity to drive in the paint.
Okay, my opinion on that is basically that I think that he's better with Gasol too, just because I find there's not much spacing on the team with AD and Drummond. That's why I think I gotta agree with you and Aaron on that, because.
No,
Gasol,
actually, Aaron wants. I think he said that he wanted Drummond to start with, along with AD. He wants to see it. He wants to see a few more games together, with them together, and to see if it works or not. And then if it doesn't, then go the Gasol route.
So Aaron said Drummond. You said Gasol.
Yeah.
Okay, so from what I'm trying to say is I agree with you because you said
Okay.
you said Gasol because AD and Drummond, the spacing I find is like a little off from what I'm seeing in the games. But Gasol, because like Drummond is basically that traditional big man that just goes inside, gets his boards, and gets like double doubles. But like Gasol's not your average center. He's not your traditional center. He's someone that's, as I mentioned in the show, also that he likes to pass, he likes to facilitate, he likes to shoot threes. Like traditional centers are known for making 3-pointers, but Gasol, we've seen it a few games where he's got very hot from the 3-point line.
Oh yeah, and he just shoots them effortlessly. Like he just does it like nothing.
Yeah, just like.
I love the way he shoots his 3-pointers.
It's such a weird looking shot. Like, but look, no one's judging you if it goes in.
But if it goes in, you're good. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. And now we're gonna go with the moment of truth. And we all know the two players that we always go with, right? We always know.
I'm going to go a different route tonight because I know he's been struggling these last couple of games. I'm going to have to go with Aaron's guy tonight. I gotta represent Aaron since he's not here. I'm going to go with the next AD, and that's Andre Drummond. He's been having a couple of rusty games, and I really feel like tonight is the night to bounce back from it and show us, like why we even got him in the first place. I know Drummond has also been getting a lot of flack from Laker fans because he hasn't been doing much for us these last couple of games. But I mean, to be fair, all of our Laker players have had like them bashed on by us, but not us, but Laker fans in general. So I really want to see Drummond come out tonight, have a high scoring game along with, a lot of rebounds, and that's what I expect from him tonight. So Aaron, I don't know if you're watching this, but I got your boy tonight. I have faith in him, just like you and I have always had faith in Gasol. We're gonna put faith in Drummond. He's gonna bounce back tonight. I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe AD's gonna have a great game too, but tonight I'm gonna go with Drummond. I'm gonna say he's gonna at least have a 25-point game. I want to even say like 12 rebounds. Oh, I have faith in Drummond tonight. He's gonna step it up. What about you, Manny?
My pick is actually gonna shock you as well.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with my Italian fratello. I'm gonna go with Alex Caruso, the bald eagle, the Italian goat in general. Just because, like, I mean, I always go with Trez, but like, I'm gonna change up this game just because he's gonna start. He's gonna be a big part of this team, facilitating and orchestrating the offense and defense. But I really like what he did. Ooh, Erod is BMAC. He's gonna have Macklemore.
Erod, you better be buying us all Big Macs here.
Hey, buy me a Big Mac, man. Like I've been shedding a bunch of pounds from work, but I'm working out obviously. But let me go back to what I was gonna say about Caruso. The fact that last night I was actually very impressed with Caruso. He had 8 points, 7 assists. Hey, he kind of flirted with a double-double right there. He almost had it. And he had 2 steals. I think tonight I'm going to go with 12 points and 9 assists from Caruso. And he's going to listen to this one. 5 steals. Ooh. 30. I like it, Erod. I like it. If he gets 30 points, I'm gonna turn up on post game. That's for sure.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
But that's gonna do it for us tonight for Lakers Live pregame show. As always, Manny Grachopo, Medina Kabir, Aaron Ross will be here on post game. And good night, guys, and let's go Lakers. Peace.
Go Lakers.
Let's go.